Good for this guy right here. And I'll give you my other thoughts on the other side.
Not proud of it, man enough to say it. I was one of those guys back in 2020, 2024, shit, even 2016 before I could vote. I was all for Trump. I was all for MAGA. I believed he was going to make America great again. I believed he was going to drain the swamp. I thought he was going to be different. He wasn't a career politician. And boy, was I wrong. My views didn't change. They still remain the same. I did fall for the deception, though, because I can't in good conscience support someone who's responsible for a pointless war where thousands of innocent lives are dying every single day. I can't support someone who mocked Christ on Easter. I sure as hell can't support someone who calls the people who want transparency on one of the most heinous and insidious acts in human history, the Epstein files, calls them liars and lunatics. He's probably a part of it himself. Can't support that. When it comes to politics, it's hard to even align myself with one of the parties because they're both being controlled by the same puppeteers at the top. So I was wrong. Not proud of it. Man enough to say it.
You know, he's not sitting there going, oh, well, yeah, you know, after he had to admit to all that, he's not sitting there going, oh, politics just sucks all the way around. Oh, I hate everybody. They're all corrupt. He's kind of saying that, but he's not. He's not like some people just say it out of frustration and being pissed off that he's having to admit he was wrong, which nobody's making anybody admit to anything. That's the difference between a really good soul and a soul that is still really shady, is that he knows that his opinion was wrong, and he has true heartfelt remorse that can't be coaxed. It has to come from within. He's not like these people that finally admit it and then they're pissed off because they admitted it. They're mad and they get right back on the defense again, and we're mad. And it's really hard to be that way or to put up with somebody being that way when they were MAGA, because you told them and told them and told them, and you can't even use the excuse, well, they didn't know, because, well, then they didn't know politics at all. But it speaks to their intuition again. It just speaks to how god-awful and hateful their intuition was to pick the very much worser of two, whereas the other one would have helped them a little bit, you know, at least kept things status quo to a little bit better. But they wanted some asshole, and there's nothing appealing about that, though, is what kills me. So it's really mind-boggling, and I'm 15 answers ahead of anybody who has an answer for it, trust me. It's just fucked up and is what it is. And therefore, at the same time, you know, we can't let the pressure up. This is too key of a moment, too key of a time that will pass, but you can't let it go, because there are still a lot of people full of that kind of hate, racism, rage, misogynistic tendencies that have to be nipped in the bud. And it's not about having to be, it's going to be. The time for psychoanalyzing it or justifying it is
actions that many people viewed as a determined effort to make him pay a price for his remarks. First, Michelle Obama filed a defamation lawsuit against Tokay, arguing that the statement was not only offensive but also promoted harmful stereotypes and showed disrespect toward black women. Second, she sought to freeze Hokate's earnings from UFC Freedom 250, including his fight purse and performance bonuses, while also pursuing additional damages over the alleged harm caused to her public image. Lastly, Michelle Obama stated that if she receives any compensation, the funds would be donated through the Obama Foundation to support programs benefiting black women. The money would help provide mental health care, job training, educational opportunities, and workplace harassment prevention efforts aimed at creating more opportunities for future generations. What do you think about this case? Do you support Michelle Obama's decision to take legal action?
Well, I think only a naive idiot or a bigoted, misogynistic homophobe would not support her right to. In fact, I would say that it's absolutely necessary that she do so. Yeah, of course we support it. No, she should just bend over and take it with no lube. You know what I mean? Fuck that shit. Hell no. There's consequences for saying shit. Yeah, you have freedom of speech, but you know what I mean? Hey, you say the wrong thing and you're going to get hurt, man. And that's going to be the least of his worries, is that lawsuit. There are organizations that are pretty pissed off, you know. I mean, you make your bed, you know, you reap what you sow, homie. And then this clown here, oh yeah, kids suck. That's really going to get a lot of people not to vote. Oh yeah, don't vote. He'll never make another album again. You know, Trump's like, fuck, man. Between this clown who can't rap and this fuckwad who can't stop insulting black women for no reason at all, my supporters really are morons, like I said they were. Yeah, the bottom line, anybody that isn't agreeing with Michelle Obama as far as suing this guy for that comment in this particular case, just this case, well, you know, obviously they're a Trump supporter. No question.